So another generation is down the toilet for Xbox, and the rumoured internal 90 plus Metacritic expectation for Hellblade 2 hasn't come to pass. First party games going to rival platforms, studio closures left, right, and centre, console sales stalling, and Big Phil Spencer's still going nowhere. It's not looking good, is it? And it's just further proof that competing with Sony hasn't worked at all in over 2 decades of attempting it. But there is new hardware coming in 2026. And that hardware, why is it going to be just a niche send off for the X-Men as Xbox accepts its fate as a third party publisher going forward? Well, I'm not so sure, because I have an inkling what this hardware is going to be, partly because of recent comments from the likes of Phil Spencer, but also because Xbox has accepted that they've lost a PlayStation and that they can't compete in the same space, and I think this is a good thing, because there is a space they can compete in, and not just compete but dominate, and I believe the potential is massive. And it's because that they've accepted a need to be as open as possible with where the games go, and hinting at other marketplaces being allowed on their platform. And this is going to be freeing for Microsoft and Xbox, because they can do things that Sony and Nintendo can't. So what am I talking about? Well, I believe the next gen system from Xbox in 2026 will be a dedicated handheld, likely positioned as the most advanced handheld ever. And if they're smart, it will be on a parity with the Xbox Series X. And come 2026, I think the Xbox Series S will just be abandoned and this new handheld will take its place. And I think by then, if you look at the Series X in 2026, there'll be 6-year-old hardware. And if they're talking about a huge advancement in technology in the handheld space, I think it'll be possible in 2026 to have a handheld that can produce parity with the Xbox Series X. Maybe, well, it's definitely not going to be 4K, but if they can do 1080p, and if it can do 60 FPS, but Xbox Series X level quality games, I think they'll be onto a winner. And I think the market they'll be looking at is obviously the burgeoning PC handheld market, spearheaded by the Steam Deck and various other manufacturers. And the fact that Xbox will be willing to be open and host a marketplace like Steam would be very interesting. And also, they have the know-how to produce a PC, don't they? It's Microsoft, and making a true Windows experience on the go, and for people who do want to hook it up to the screen, maybe have the capabilities to stream games to your TV. I think that's possible, and I think obviously there's rumour that PlayStation are looking at making a handheld, but what the rumours are saying so far, it's going to be quite niche and it's going to be limited to the PlayStation market, whereas Xbox could be opened up to everyone. And what I mean by that is, by saying that they're no longer competing with PlayStation, I think that'll make PlayStation gamers more amenable. So people who have a PS5 or a PS5 Pro, and they're looking at possibly, supplementing that gaming experience with something on the side rather than a Nintendo Switch or a Steam Deck, they'd be more amenable to be looking at an Xbox handheld that'd have Game Pass on there, plus all the PC marketplaces on there, plus, know that you could play ROMs on there and things like that, if it is a genuine PC. And I think that's where PlayStation and Nintendo, they kind of corner themselves by being closed off systems. And for Xbox, it just hasn't worked, because to be a closed off system, you need to have essential exclusives, and Xbox just never has had that. But if they can become a platform in that space that's open, I think the potential's massive there. It could be huge. Think of all the PC players that, well, what's the best handheld PC platform out there? It'd be this Xbox handheld. And then you think of all, maybe Nintendo players are looking for more mature experience but still want them on the go. You get this Xbox handheld, same with PlayStation players. And obviously the Xbox mutants would support it, as they always do. So, yeah, that's what I think they should do. I think it's an absolute no-brainer. Plus, it keeps the cost of games down, because if you continue to support the level of Xbox Series X games, you're not having to chase a next generation like Sony will do with the PlayStation 6, where there'll be a further advancement, and to justify this advancement in technology, the game's going to be more expensive and bigger and all these sort of things. Whereas I think Xbox should do what Nintendo does. Nintendo's working off of ancient technology because it's cheaper for them to produce the games. They can still produce quality games on there, but yeah, they're not going to have, all the bells and whistles that these monster Sony AAA games have. But Xbox doesn't need to do that anymore. And I think this is the one opportunity Xbox has left, where if they want to do anything in the hardware space to try and gain a foothold where they have a majority share, this is the last chance. But we'll see what happens, because if they go down like a hybrid route, I really don't think that's a good idea. I think they need to go all in on the handheld, keep the Xbox Series X, and massive opportunity there. They can do something, like I say, the PlayStation can't do, Nintendo can't do, and they have, in the console space, more market awareness with gamers than the Steam Deck does. And they have an install base of Xbox players who would definitely go out and purchase this in the millions to give it a good head start. So, yeah, that's what I think Xbox should be doing. Whether they will, we will see. But yeah, and I would definitely be interested in it to supplement my my consoles. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.